before I get started, I want to announce on January the 21st, that's on a Sunday, at 6:30 p.m., Lisa Van Ness from Van Ness Pens will be here, and she will be meeting me, myself, and I, Mr. Announcer, Jim Hines from Hines Custom Pens, and a friend of his,
Francisco.
Francisco. I'm horrible, pathetically bad on names, so forgive me. We will all be there, and Mr. Announcer will tell you where it's going to be.
The location is Kay's Bar and Restaurant.
So that's where it's going to be. And to the Fort Worth Pen Club, hi guys. If you're able to come, let's do this. Let's give Lisa a good old Texas hearty welcome. Yeehaw! Yeah, I'm excited, and I get to meet the heart of Van Ness Pens, Lisa herself. So, on with our next review. This pen has been given by Jim Hines Custom Pens, and this is a pen that's going to be given away to some lucky viewer out there. You have to be a subscriber to Larry's Fountain Pen channel on YouTube, or Larry's Fountain Pens on Facebook, or Larry's the Pen Book Guy Pen Pals on Facebook. And just stay with me on how you can win this fountain pen. This is not the kind that just send your name and address in and you're in. It's going to be a little bit more to it than that to win this pen. So thank you, Jim Hines, for graciously giving us this beautiful fountain pen. So let's talk about this fountain pen. This is the American Graffiti, and this pen will come in a pen sleeve like this, and you pull it out, and here is a really nice, beautiful, detailed aluminum pen case with Hines handcrafted pens in front and with Jim's logo. Really nicely done. Very nice pen case. I really like it sharp. So you open up the pen case, and inside is this beautiful fountain pen, and it lies on a black cushion, spongy type, to protect the pen. So this is one heck of a pen. And we'll set this aside. And here is the fountain pen. Look at the colors involved in this pen. Now Jim will pour the colors and mix them, and will come out in a blank, which he then will turn and use certain tools to create this lovely pen. Let's start with the clip. It's got a metal hardware, a metal band around the bottom of the pen cap. And as you go up the pen, it's got the clip, which I really like. Sturdy clip that's going to be able to securely fit in your pocket. I don't have a pocket, so I'll just have to try to stick it on the stick shirt, which it will or will not go. Right there. So it's on there, and it'll just pop right off. And as you go up the pen, on the fitting on top, you see the beautiful colors that matches the cap. The whole pen is uniform. The colors are from top all the way to the bottom of the barrel. So as we go down the barrel, you'll see a black band around the barrel, and it kind of tapers off at the end. But look at those magnificent, bright, gorgeous colors. You've got some red, some purple, green, some yellow, some white. Just really nice combinations of colors. That's why we call it the American Graffiti. Beautiful fountain pen. This pen, the cap unscrews. 3 turns and it's off. Nothing inside the cap. As we go down the barrel, there's a slight step off right here, and there's nothing sharp. Your fingers won't feel uncomfortable. There's nothing to make your fingers say, I don't want to write with this pen. Your finger's going to say, more, more, more. And here is the grip section. Ample enough room for large, chunky, sausage-style fingers. I have little icky fingers, so there. And you have a really nice, fine nib. I believe this one is a Jowo nib. So you have some great nibs here, okay? And as we unscrew the barrel, it could be an eyedropper if you want with a little silicone grease. But I will put a converter in here, and let me find a converter that Jim sent me. Right here. We'll put one of these little jewels on and we'll get to inking it up here in a few. Okay, these pens are using a Schmid converter. Pull out and just push in. Pop, you're good to go. But before I ink this pen up, I'll give you the dimensions of the pen. And then we'll ink it up and we'll get to writing and show you the heart of this pen, which is the nib, how it writes. The length of this pen is 154.9 millimeters or 6.09 inches. It does post securely, which I like. I like hardware. I like a clip, because that helps it from not rolling off my table or desk. I like the grip. So, posted, this is 162 millimeters, about, I'm saying, because my measuring ruler, caliper will only go so far. So it's about 162 millimeters, or about 7.08 inches. The widest point of the cap is 15.5 millimeters, or 0.61 inches. The widest point of the barrel is going to be 13.6 millimeters, or 0.53 inches. And the weight of the pen is 20.2 grams. Cool? So I am going to use the ink of today's choice, which I'll get the card out right here.
The ink is called Pilot Iroshizuku Murasaki Shikibu.
And this is the color of this beautiful purple. And I'm going to give you some other colors. They're not exactly a match, but gives you kind of an idea. Here's the Lambi Dark Lilac. And here is the Monteverde.
Amethyst.
And here is the ink. So you have 3 different purples. Amethyst, the Irizuku, and the lilac. So I'm thinking the amethyst probably is closer to this color than the lilac, but that's the best that I could come up with at the moment. So now let's get down to the nitty-gritty. It's time to ink up this beautiful pen, which is going to be given away to some lucky viewer on Larry's Fountain Pens or Larry's Pen Pals. And this is exciting. Here, converter's in securely, and I'll put it in like this, and I'll suck up some ink first, and sometimes you get nothing up your converter. So when that happens, Mr. Announcer, if you can hold on to that while I look for my magic filler. Okay, what I had to do was I had to go ahead and ink up my syringe because there wasn't enough ink in the vial to actually fill the pen up. So I'll just show you how I am going to fill it. I've got that inked up. And here we go. Here we go. Yeah, I'll get it all in there. And that's about all there is to that. And then I'm going to get some of that air out of there. So I'll get a few drops going. Okay. That should be enough. It's a real pretty purple. I like it. All right. So, all right. So now, before I get to writing, let's do a few pen matchup. Here is the Noodler's Conrad. Here is the Pilot Vanishing Point. And you can see there's the American Graffiti is longer and has a bit more girth. Here's a Lamy All-Star. Still, this is longer. Here is the Delta. Longer than the Delta, but the Delta has more girth to it. And last but not least, Yoda comes in. Ta-da! Star Wars! And, of course, the size, the American Graffiti wins. I thought I'd show you a few, give you an idea of the size of the pen. Okay. I'll set this aside. And now we're going to get to some writing. That's what we're here for. We know how magnificent this pen looks. But how does it write? This is a fine nib. Okay. Oh, here we go. That's a fine nib. All right. All right, no problems with the ink flow. It is a fine nib. Do a few S's here. It's got some wetness going on. I like that for a fine nib. Yep, I like it. Yeah, I can live with this. Upside down. And it does get some upside down writing for those who likes to have a finer nib, would be like an extra fine. So, you know, I'm not much of a fine nib person. I don't mind a fine nib if they're wet. Like the Pelican has a really nice wet fine nib, and so does Van Scotti. I like their Palladium fine nibs. They're nice, juicy, and wet, but this is nice. Some fast writing. All right. Not much on line variation. Get a little bit, but not much. So here you have it. The American Graffiti Hinze custom-made fountain pen. Made by Jim's own hands. Was given to Larry's Fountain Pens for a giveaway. So stay posted to Larry's Fountain Pens and you'll learn more on how to win this really nice fountain pen. Well, that's going to wrap up today's video. And I really appreciate Jim Hinze. Thank you for your contribution to Larry's Fountain Pens. And once again, if you're interested in Jim's fountain pens, you can contact him on his website. And you can order a fountain pen with or without the hardware. You can choose your nib size. And if you order in January, you'll get, and mention Larry's Fountain Pens, you'll get extra 30% off. So, if you're a fountain pen lover, here you go. For you thinkers out there, and for you newbies out there that are ready to make that decision that, yes, I am into fountain pens. Yes, I'm in it to stay. Check out Jim Hinze fountain pens. There's one for each of you. Thank you for watching my video. Until my next video, be safe. Don't forget to leave comments below. Hit that like button if you haven't subscribed. Let's do it. Let's fire it up. God bless each and every one of you. Until my next video, peace.